What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. I'm just going to do a quick intro for this one. Recorded about a week ago. Haven't done an episode in a while. Just kind of been lifing. You'll find out I got fired from my old job. Didn't know what I was doing. That was right around the holidays, right before Thanksgiving, and then found a new job and started school again. So just kind of getting settled in another routine. Everybody, I'm sure, knows how weird it is to transition even from the Army or from job to job. And ended up getting married December 31st as well. So everything's just kind of going a little slower, getting back into the rhythm of things. Definitely want to do more episodes. Ran into some people that were watchers of the program through my pastor, and they complimented me, came up to me, and that was the first time I ever had that happen. So I definitely want to do more for people like that and people that are waiting for an episode. But that's just life. This episode, I'm in a few communities on Facebook for RuneScape. I'm an old school RuneScape player just for fun. Got heavily into it when I lost my job. So joined some communities, and the guest that is on the show today, I met through there. He had a veteran buddy who took his own life, and I commented my podcast info, and he DM'd me, and that was it. So got him on. He said he's got a friend waiting for me too, so try and get his friend hooked up. I know he's looking forward to it, and I'm sure his buddies are looking forward to it. I want to say thank you, Nick, for sharing your story. You said this is the first time you shared your story and let other people hear it, and I'm happy to be that platform for anybody, especially people who have never shared it. I know it takes weight off your shoulders, and maybe this is the platform for you. So I don't know, feel comfortable enough to share it. I don't know why God's put me here. I don't know how God's put me here, but I know I'm here, and I know I'm here to serve you guys and talk to you about whatever you need to talk about. So things are moving in my life. Everything's gone a lot smoother. Life has finally been on the up again for me since I got out. New wife, new apartment, new job. Everything is just going extremely well, and I have no one but God to thank. So I hope you guys all find what you guys are looking for in this episode, and I look forward to hearing your feedback. Make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and if you want to donate or anything like that, get in touch with me. Leave a comment on this, or most of the audience knows how to contact me outside of my social media. So feel free to find me and reach out. And if it's just to talk or if it's to donate to help me out, that everything goes towards the show. All the money that I make from this, I'm planning to put right back into the show. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the loyal ones. Been here since episode 1. I think in total this is episode about 85 maybe, and with the rebranding, and I'm looking forward to making it 100 at some point. Hopefully this year we'll creep on up to 100. So thank you, everybody, for pushing me to continue doing this, and thank you for showing your support continuously. Enjoy the episode. Catch y'all later. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Saving 22. We're on episode 15. Haven't posted in a while. I apologize. Life be lifing, and just got stuck in my own head and trying to figure out what direction I wanted to take the podcast. So back with another guest. Got Nicholas here. I got back into RuneScape when I lost my job in November. Jumped into some Facebook groups, and Nick posted about how he lost a buddy due to what we battle here on the show, and figured let's just get him on. So we'll talk about the video game. We'll leave it for the end, and we'll dive in, Nick. So let's talk about kind of where you're from, how you got into whatever service you got into, and then we'll just kind of float.
All right. So I'm from used to be a small town. Now it kind of grown into a city. It's called Palm Coast, Florida. Born and raised. It's in between Daytona and St. Augustine. So
Okay.
Yeah, about 20 minutes from each. Let's see here. I grew up, like I said, I was born and raised Palm Coast. I went all the way to high school, and then I wanted to join the military right after high school, but my mom wanted me to try college first. So I gave the old college a try, but by the time I was
Same thing
21.
happened to me, bro.
Yeah,
The
no,
same
I
thing
and
happened to me.
I don't regret it or have any ill
Yeah.
feelings towards her about it at all. I'm glad I did end up eventually getting my associate's degree. It took me about 10 years, but I am glad she I am glad she really initially pushed me to do that. But yeah, so that was I did 3 years of college, tried that for a little bit, and then when I was 21, I was like, uh, I'm tired of it. I want to join. Also, another like catalyst was the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw
yeah.
that, and at the time I was living in Orlando, and I'm straight. I have nothing against gay people or anything like that. Whatever, I love everyone. However, it's your own life.
Yeah.
Uh, um, that club is was for gay people. That club, Pulse nightclub, I believe that's why it was targeted. But yeah, I saw that on the news, and like I said, I was living in Orlando at the time, and turns out it was ISIS claimed the attack, and it was just felt like it was so close to home. So I was like, that's it. I'm finally joining. So so yeah, then I joined. I tried going to Marines first, but I have tattoos, and they wanted me to get a waiver. I didn't feel like waiting and doing all that. I just wanted to go. So I went to the Army, and they took me right away. And yeah, so I
Would
uh,
you
I was a combat engineer.
21, how old are you now?
I just turned 30 in January.
Oh, wow. Wait. So when was that nightclub shooting? I remember it.
That was around, I think, 2018, 2017, I believe.
2016. Okay.
2016, yeah. That sounds about
Yeah, I
right.
remember that. I thought that was a lot more recent than it
Yeah, I joined
was.
not that too long after that. So
Okay. So
2017.
what'd you do, 4 years?
No, my goal was to do 4 years, but I ended up only doing 13 months. Had some issues that I wanted to get into that I feel like is not brought up enough, and that a lot of people go through. So I was smoking about. I also had surgery while I was in there on my ankle. I blew my ankle out. Um, that's not the reason why I was kicked out under honorable conditions, but the ankle surgery definitely didn't help. Uh, so
Yeah, I did 4.5, had a 6-year contract.
okay.
I did 4.5, found out I had scoliosis, and then got booted. And
Ah,
that was like, bro, that was life changing. Like, I had no idea I had scoliosis, played hockey all
right,
growing up,
right.
baseball, never had any problems. And then they just, they
Yeah.
found it, and they're like, hey, dude, by the way, you can't be in. So,
Ah,
and did you want to do 20? Because that's what my goal was.
I don't know if I wanted to do 20. I definitely planned on doing a while. Like it's what I wanted to do ever since I saw the guy come to middle school. This Army guy
Yeah.
came to middle school and did a presentation. I was like, that's what I want to do. Um, so I probably would have ended up at least trying to do 20, but
Yeah.
things didn't work out that way, unfortunately.
And so you did, so it was
So I
21 you joined, you were out at 22 ish.
yeah, yeah.
And then what'd you move back home?
I moved back home for a couple months, and then I moved to Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
I
you were in
started
Orlando
school.
while my brother was there. Why'd you go back to Orlando?
I moved in with one of my older brothers and my cousin, and I started going back to school again. So
And you went to UCF?
no, I went to Valencia.
Okay. I was going to say, because my brother went to UCF. He was there
Yeah, my older brother, he
about the
went to
same time
UCF.
you were.
Oh wow,
Okay.
yeah, I loved it. It
21.
was a great time. It was an awesome time. Orlando. I hate the traffic. That was the main reason why I left. Traffic.
And that now you're back at
Hated it.
Palm Coast?
Yeah, now I'm back on Palm Coast.
Okay. Did your brother play hockey at UCF by any chance?
No, no,
Okay.
no. We
I
never
had to
played
ask because my
hockey.
brother was on the team.
I
So
wish. I love hockey. I watch hockey all the time. Actually, um, yeah, that would have been fun to do growing up.
yeah, I got lucky with that one. My parents just tossed me into it, and my dad never
Um,
played, mom never played. No,
right.
no relation to it, but they just tossed us in. And
Yeah, we played soccer. So
ah, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you got out. What'd you do when you moved back in with your brother? Went back to college. Now what do you do?
Now I do construction with my dad, and I plan on going to school and getting my general contractor's license so I can do more in construction. You know, I
That's not. That's not college, right? Like that's
no, it's
totally
trade.
separate.
It's a
Yeah.
trade. Yeah, I
Yeah. I'm.
I don't want to go back to college for nothing.
Dude.
I
I'm.
got my
Yeah.
associate's
I'm.
degree, and I made my parents, my grandparents happy with that, and you know,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm only going because the VA pays me to go.
right?
It's a chore every single time. I just look at it as another job. But
Oh, I
I
believe
do
it.
small engines, so I was
Okay,
just
that's awesome. That's
kind of
fine.
curious what route you took
Right.
because yeah, college ain't it.
Right.
That's why I joined the military, bro.
No, exactly. No, I know
You
it.
joined. You said you were a combat engineer.
Yeah, so I was combat engineer. It was awesome. 29th Engineer Battalion, and I was stationed in Schofield over out there in Hawaii. So
You got Hawaii for
yeah, I got
you
Hawaii
got
the
so you got
first.
to live in Hawaii for like 8 months.
Yeah, about 9. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I had to come home. But I mean, I loved it out there. I was a really great soldier. I just ended up getting caught up in some things that I shouldn't have been caught up with. Unfortunately, um, when I guess I'll just dive right into it. The reason why I got uh, discharged from the military was because I failed a UA. Um,
Mm,
that we had everyone. At this time I had ankle surgery, so everyone in the company was about to go to Korea, but I was staying on Rear D because I had surgery, so I wasn't able to go. So, you know, a couple buddies the night before they left came to my room and wanted to partake in some extracurricular activities, and so we did. And the next day, there was a random UA, and you know, I ended up getting called, and and they don't tell you the results right away, but you know, I knew in my head, like, yeah, I'm done for. And then like
yeah.
a couple months later, you know, but I didn't want to. The thing is, I could have brought down like half of my company, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. It was my fault. It's my own responsibility. Like I made the choice, you know. So I didn't want. I'm not going to bring anyone down with me, you know. I
Yeah, I
still
felt
actually talk to
lucky.
a lot of the guys I was with, but the thing is, I was really, like I said, I was a really good soldier. I was straight and arrow. I was getting promoted and stuff. But there's really, really what it came down to was my leadership. I'm not going to mention any names, but there was an NCO there that had introduced me to these pills and his supplier, and you know, and
Yeah.
I think about it. I as if I was an NCO, you know, you should never be doing that anyways, regardless of your rank. But I just, you know, he was in a leadership position, you know, and I didn't really know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
how
You
to
weren't
handle the
steered in shit.
situation. So I, you know, I would just partake with him, you know, and then things would just spiral out of control from there. You know, from
Yeah.
pills to doing other things that I shouldn't have been doing
Yeah.
at all. But um,
Yeah. I was gonna say my leader. He already knew I was getting booted for my scoliosis. It's med boarding, so it's a long ass process. It was right after
right,
COVID, so it was even longer.
and
And I
yeah, the
just had
thing was,
finished my
I
divorce.
didn't
I just had bought a new car,
know, like I
and
had
I
just
ended up.
gotten. Oh yeah, uh, I had
You
just
just
gotten
caught
to my
up, bro.
duty.
What? Yeah, go.
I'm sorry. I had just gotten this is when I met this NCO when I just got to the duty station, maybe like a month in. And like I said, I wasn't there for long, but like a month in, I meet this NCO, and he was in my company. Um, I ended up being on the same team as him, you know. But he was already in the process of getting out, which I wasn't aware of. But I don't think because of that he didn't have any regards you know what I'm saying? He didn't care if he was a good leader or not. You know, this is some new guys coming into the company. I feel like, so and more. There's a lot of people that do drugs in the military. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really more of a problem or issue than people even know about. To be honest, and I just feel like I'm not trying to pass blame. Like I said, I hold responsibility for my actions. I just feel like I was let down in a sense, you know, by someone that's supposed to be in a leadership role and a good role model, you know. And it took me down this path that I was never really going down before.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't get to, how similar it is to like the outside.
Right.
Because you go work anywhere and you could have a bad leader that will just ruin it. It could ruin your whole career.
Right.
I think actually my dad was a principal growing up,
Okay.
and the assistant principal did something shady,
Mm.
and they had to fire everybody. So my dad got canned because they said it's like all over, and people don't understand that
Right.
the military is the greatest example of anything you see outside.
Right. Yeah.
Outside of the
No.
world. Like we have all the rules, the
Right.
whole structure, the
Yep.
workout, like we have everything.
Yep.
But we
Everything.
also have the bad too. It's not
Right.
like we're just the best.
Yeah, and I just felt like there's a lot more people that were in the same position as me. You know, it's just not spoken about much at all. You know, I watch
Yeah, I
a
mean,
whole bunch
especially
of
as a younger kid.
right. I also watch, you know, I see other podcasts, other military podcasts and stuff, and they're always talking to like highly, you know, decorated veterans and combat veterans and stuff. But I don't ever see them like talking to one of the Joe Schmoes, you know, and talking about like that side of things. So I think this is great, you know, what you're doing and stuff. So
Yeah. No, and that's what was hard too, because that doesn't just like that doesn't just affect us and not having a place to talk about it,
right,
but now my parents and my family, everybody I know thinks of the military as like the coolest place in the world because they
right,
listen to the SEAL that killed bin Laden or whatever, you know what I
right,
mean?
right,
And then I come home with just these mundane, like not mundane, but these simple things that are now complicated to me.
right,
And I wasn't anything special really. Like I did helicopter engine
right,
maintenance, so that was really cool. I did it for Spec Ops, that was really cool. But I
right.
never was in combat or nothing crazy.
Of course,
I
yeah, me
just
neither.
went through it all, and you don't get VA benefits or nothing
I
either,
do,
right?
I do. I'm 60% disabled right now because
Okay.
I was discharged. Thankfully, Commander, you know, he kind of knew the deal, to be honest. So he gave me under honorable conditions, and like I said, I had ankle surgery and stuff. So I get 60 a month right now, 60% disabled.
Yeah,
You know.
dude, that's clutch. Because yeah, there's a lot of people that get
Yeah,
screwed
I
over from
got
that.
really lucky. I really did get lucky. There are a lot of people that go through the same situation almost, and they don't get any benefits at all. You know, but I mean, even though I did a short amount of time, it definitely changed me as a person. You know,
Bro, I say anybody who's been through basic training deserves VA.
right, right. No,
Anybody.
I agree. Yeah,
Not
definitely.
100%, but
No,
if you
not
make it through
100%.
basic, you should automatically get 10 or
Some,
20%
right,
something, bro.
something at least healthcare.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
at
Now
least
you get out,
healthcare. I mean,
you don't
it
even got
definitely
healthcare when you get out.
changed me like mentally. You know, I have common sense is like a big thing. You know, I have really short patience to, you know, or someone asks me why I can't I'm still trying to what's the word I'm looking for, deal with, you know, like you know, in the military you're not allowed to ask why or question anything. You just have to do. You know what I'm saying? So like when someone asks me, like questions me when I ask them to do something, whatever, it kind of like sets a little fuse off. I'm like, okay, I gotta remember I'm back in the civilian world, you know. So you gotta be
Yeah.
more patient. Like
Yeah, not everybody signed a contract to work with me.
right, and I've been out for almost 10 years now, and I'm still dealing with that or like eating fast. Like I eat at my grandparents almost once a week, and there my grandma's always like, okay, before we eat, she's like, don't eat all your food before we even pick up our fork, you know. She's like,
Mhm.
it's like little
Yeah, no,
things
it's
like
just
that, you know.
my wife. Yep. My wife's, I told her real quick. I said, listen, I don't really know how to like talk and eat.
Right.
It was like they took the hard drive of that piece of life
Yeah.
and just erased it, dude.
Right.
And threw it in the trash, crushed it.
Right. I ain't working.
Yeah.
I feel bad because people. Sometimes it affects people around me that feel like I'm being mean towards them, or or an asshole. Excuse my language, but put it in simpler terms, when I'm really not trying to be,
Yeah. Yeah, it's well. What was harder? Was the transition getting out, or
Oh yeah.
being in?
Oh, definitely getting out. Going in before, obviously before you're a little freaked out, you don't know what you're going into. But definitely when you get out, I don't care if you're in for two weeks, you know what I'm saying, or however long. It definitely rewires your brain, after basic. Yeah, definitely the because it feels like the transition never ends, almost.
Yeah.
So it's an everyday thing.
You said it's about 10 years ago for you?
Right. Yeah.
I'm on 4, I think, this year.
Okay.
I think November will be 4 years, but yeah, it just feels like an endless cycle that I'll never get out of.
Yep.
And it's part of just accepting who you are now. Like, everybody goes through everything. Like, we're not special. We just did something that not everyone goes through. Like, my dad has gone through his fair share of ups and downs and whatnot, but it's a lot different when you're completely scrapped to your bare bones and built up in a certain way to function in a certain way.
Yep.
And then they're just like, yeah, we're like, that's it, bro.
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly. You feel like you get dumped, and they say there's resources to help you with this and that, but it's like, it's like a 2-month wait almost or whatever for anything just to see someone or sit on a hold.
Bro, that's exactly why I started the podcast, because I was hurting bad. I was living at my parents. It was brutal, and I had I was signed up for therapy, and they gave me one appointment every 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro,
that's crazy.
This is exactly why people are straight up killing themselves. Because they got to wait 4 weeks before they can. It's an everyday struggle.
It's an everyday thing.
And then you want me to sum up my 4 weeks in the hour that we have together. It's like, dude, I can't. There's nothing I can get out of this. So that's why I started doing the podcast and stuff. Because I'm like, hey, if anything else, I'll just stare at the screen and talk to myself about my own problems.
I hear you.
At that point, fuck it, dude. I'll do it. I'm in.
Right. Yeah, and then also, I don't know about with you, but I know with me, and I'm sure a lot of other veterans out there, that I had hundreds and hundreds of different types of medications and pills that they were giving me, and I felt almost like a zombie / like guinea pig experiment for my psychiatrist. She was just like throwing different things at me to see which would work.
My psychiatrist in the Army, I was in Tennessee, she prescribed me something that I wasn't. It was Zoloft.
Okay.
She prescribed it to me. I wasn't taking it. When I moved home to my parents in Florida, they already mailed it to my parents from the Florida clinic.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, you guys didn't even ask any questions,
that's
bro.
crazy.
Like, what if this lady was completely wrong? Like, you guys are just sending pills out there.
Right. Yeah, no, I ended up tossing every single one. I had like 2 Publix grocery bags full of just different pills, and one day I was just like, I can't. This isn't helping, So I just got rid of all. It felt like it was making the problem worse.
Do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you do anything?
No, I don't drink. I don't drink at all anymore. I smoke marijuana. That's about it.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah, bro. See, and that's been the common denominator for me and all my buddies that have figured out how to keep going is smoking. And I got a job at the city down here.
Okay.
And I wasn't allowed to.
Right.
And bro, I'm telling you, that was the most miserable, like, almost 6 months that I've had since I got out. One of the most miserable 6 months.
I bet.
I'm going to work every day. I'm slaving away for them out in the Florida heat.
Yep.
It was just like, what am I even doing here? And then I go home, I can't do anything because even if I show up tomorrow and
Right.
I'm drunk from the night before and I gotta piss, like you guys are gonna take that as I was drunk this morning. So it
Right.
was just, I was so glad to be over with that. But the weed has helped a lot more of my friends than it hasn't.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah,
And
no.
I mean, I'm not saying it should be legal or anything, but I think for veterans, you should get. I think my wife brought that up to me. She's like, I don't know why veterans don't just get an automatic medical card with
Right.
like a concealed carry license.
Yeah.
like,
Well,
there's that
thankfully-
stupid law about smoking and owning,
yeah.
but it's like, bro, you trained me to do this, and now I need to smoke because I was trained to do this. Like,
Well, thankfully in Florida, you don't need to have your concealed permit anymore. You can just carry. You can carry
Yeah.
without it. It just has to be covered, I believe. I don't think you can open carry, but you can concealed carry without a permit.
Well, I don't know how it is with owning the guns.
Yeah, you can. If you can still go and get your concealed weapon permit, and you can buy a handgun the same day. If you don't have it, you have to pass background check and you wait 3 days.
Yeah,
The
but if you
rifle
have a medical card,
as long as you're
can you
18,
do
you
that?
can go buy a rifle. Yeah, the med card, I don't. Like I said, you don't need a concealed weapons permit anymore in Florida. So,
Shit.
yeah.
I might have to look into this.
Yeah.
I might have to look into this. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, what would you say has been like the biggest struggle since transitioning? Like throughout the transition.
Just finding something to feel like a job, another job to that even to give you that feeling like you get when you're in the military. You're constantly chasing that sense of pride you get when you have that uniform on. So it's trying to find for me at least, trying to find another meaningful job.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, mine just happened. I just got a new job on small engines, and it's like I'm back in the military.
Right.
Like you said, and this just hit me maybe last week about this, like finding something that you can be just as proud to do.
Right.
And whatever that is, I'm proud to know shit about engines and be able to fix any engine I come across.
Right.
And that I can't do it with helicopters because it's they don't even really pay that much in the civilian world. But
No.
Finding that something to be pride. I don't really want to say prideful, but something you can feel good about being able to do or do.
Right.
And finding a job in general is just brutal.
Yeah.
So that's like the number one hurdle that I think most veterans need to get over, because being able to describe your experience in the military to the interviewer, who has probably straight up gone to college, graduated, and stood at this job since he graduated college.
Right.
Like that communication is one of the hardest things. And I don't really have any tips for it, but I think numbers, I guess, would be my number one tip.
Right.
When you do your NCOER in the Army, you got to the best thing to do is put the numbers. I was in charge of 10 people for 24 hours, whatever it is.
Right.
I think that would help a lot. But making a resume as a veteran, for me at least, was just brutal.
Oh yeah, that was anytime I had to make a resume, I hated it. Ever since I've got out, I've had so many different jobs. When I first got out, I think I tried going to tried being a firefighter. Oh no, actually, I went and did cell phone towers. I worked on 5G cell phone towers, and then I got a DUI. Actually, I got a DUI and I got fired. I was in the work truck when I got a DUI. I totaled it, crashed, got a DUI.
Oh, no.
And then I think I went to when I got out, I finally just kind of got out of trouble off probation for like the last 9-8 years. I've been in and out of trouble ever since I got out of the military. Transitioning has been really hard. But yeah, I did the 5G cell phone towers. Then I think I went to firefighter and EMT school. But then COVID happened, so that blew that out. Then I was failing that anyways because I just didn't want to be there. So thank God for COVID actually, because it didn't go against me. Um, and then I had I was line cook here and there, bounced back and forth with construction, um, phlebotomy. I did phlebotomy for a little bit. And now I'm just trying to. Now I'm gonna go for my. I think I'm just gonna buckle down with construction and go for my general contractor, and I'm done switching around these career changes and stuff. So
Well, that it's so crazy how similar our story is.
yeah,
I'm turning 28 in April, just so
okay,
but dude, same thing. I was bouncing around everything. And if you watch the podcast like 3 months,
right,
one for every 3 months, you'll hear me. Like I bounce around from everything. I tried marketing, I tried
oh yeah,
websites, I
yeah,
tried
I tried
the
that.
normal retailing stuff.
Yeah,
I tried everything. I
yeah,
tried
no,
IT stuff.
right,
And finally, the craziest thing, I just ended up right back into engine work.
yeah, that's
And
awesome.
I love it. Everything's been great about it. I
Right,
absolutely love it. And just like you, I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to finish school, but I'm one semester away from my bachelor's.
okay,
So
yeah, might as
I'll
well.
just finish it, whatever. But yeah, I'm like, bro, I'll drop everything. I
Yeah,
told my boss this. I said, dude, when I'm done with my bachelor's, I'm all in. Like, if you
right,
want to send me to training and training and training and training,
yeah,
I'm in. I'll go learn all of it because I'm with this. I'm in, dude.
right,
Like at some point, I don't know. I got lucky because mine kind of happened naturally, where
yeah,
I just kind of fell back into this job, and
right,
God did the work, and now I'm like, oh, finally, it all feels good.
yeah.
Let's attack this one. But how did you? Is it similar to you where you just got back into
Yeah,
construction?
my
Like, all
dad's been
right,
doing construction his my whole life. That's what he's done. So I've been working on and off for him, my whole life just about. So anytime I got fired or quit, an actual job, I would just go work with my dad, So, but now I think I actually want to take it serious and take it to the next level. So I think getting
yeah.
my general contractor's license would be huge.
What
You know.
kind of contract work?
We do a lot of residential. We do a lot of windows and doors. My dad's company is called Scarpa and Sons. It's me, my mom and dad. They're divorced now, but they had 4 kids together, 2 sets of twins. So I have a twin brother, and my 2 older
What?
brothers are also twins. And then my mom got remarried to a guy that had 4 kids of his own, 4 boys also. So
Wow.
yeah, so me and my twin brother work with my dad doing windows, doors, flooring, remodeling stuff. So
It's nothing like working with your hands, bro.
no, I know it. I like doing. And that's another thing. We're always somewhere different. Doing something different, and it's nice. I know what I'm doing. So I might as well just go all in and take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Same thing with me, bro. It's something new every day.
Right.
This engine's doing this or whatever, and yeah, I'm ready to actually care about something again. But
Exactly.
I got lucky, I guess I could say lucky. I don't know. It still took 3.5, 4 years to do.
Right.
But but it's kind of taking it back to your DUI story and all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's because who I am, but to me, that wasn't like a crazy part in the story. But it clicked in my head that to other people, they're like, "Well, there he did it again" or whatever. Does that make you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
But it's
I've had 2 DUIs. I've been ever since I got out of the army. I've been in quite a bit of trouble. I've been arrested like 3 times. I got the first DUI, and then I was on probation and stuff, and I was good for like 8, 9 months, and then I got another DUI. Um, the thing that I wasn't getting DUIs because of drinking. I was getting DUIs because of Xanax, which I
what?
yeah. So I was really bad on Xanax back then. I don't know what the thing was. My thing was that instead of drinking, I could just take one of these and just feel like if I'm drunk. You know what I'm saying? And I also
Is that this that was VA supplied?
No, it wasn't VA.
Okay.
It started with the VA.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
actually
Take us
started.
back to that part.
The Xanax actually started when I was transitioning to get out of the army. When I was talking to the psychiatrist in the military.
And she decided that you should be on Xanax.
Yeah, they were. It was little Alprism, like 0.25 milligram. They're really tiny, small dose, I guess. And I was on that for a little bit, and then when I got out, um, I had to. I didn't get out with VA benefits. I had to enroll and do all that. So
Okay.
once I got out, I didn't have any. I wasn't getting any medication. I didn't have any health care. So that's when I started looking for it on my own. And then when I did get healthcare or whatever, they weren't giving me that at all. They were giving me other stuff, probably just as bad as Xanax, to be honest. But
Yeah.
with that and a combination of Xanax, led me to my first DUI, and then I was on probation um, for like they gave me 4 years probation. I got off in 2. And then it was like 8 or 9 months later, I got another DUI. And I just got off probation for that in September. But while I was on probation last July, I ended up getting in an accident. I was involved in a hit and run. I left the scene because I was on probation, so I was freaking out. I panicked and I left.
Uh-huh.
I hit a Tesla. For anyone out there, don't hit Teslas because they have cameras, and that's how they were able to catch me. Yeah. So, but I was on probation at the time, so I ended up violating probation. A warrant went out, which I wasn't aware of. Like a couple weeks went on, and then, like I said, a warrant went out for my arrest, and I ended up getting pulled over the day the warrant went out. So they took me to jail, and like I said, I was on probation. So if you're on probation, and you violate, you don't get a bond. So I had to sit in jail. I ended up doing a total of 43 days. I felt like the longest 43 days of my life. And I got out last September 2nd. And ever since then, I'm clean slate, no more probation, nothing. I just got my license all taken care of. I had to get this special insurance because of my DUIs, but now I'm clean slate, and I've just been staying clean, trying to stay focused and working. So
Damn, dude. Well, congrats being out
yeah,
of the cycle.
yeah, no, it definitely it wasn't hard. Like I said, just transitioning again. Like I said, the military was the number one thing I wanted to do my whole life. So just trying to finally, come to the realization that I can't do that anymore, and I got to move on. So finally woke up, and realized like, hey, you got to do something now. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah, I don't want to. I hope no one has to go to jail. It's terrible. You don't want to go. So
Yeah, I was gonna get into that but mine was the same, bro. And I'll get upset with myself for trying all the other things.
Right.
Now I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, man, I knew this was it, but I tried so many other things.
Right.
And I'll get upset with myself. But, bro, when I'm 40, 50, I'll be like, no, I tried.
Exactly.
I tried it all at least.
Right. Yeah, no, I feel the same way. I am glad I tried to. Now I feel like I have a whole bunch of different little things under my belt, so.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I even tried life insurance. I tried it all.
Yeah, I tried the whole life insurance thing too, and I'm like, this is just feels like a pyramid scheme. So
yeah, bro, this don't seem right, bro.
Right. Yeah,
but so jail. If you care to talk about it,
no, I don't
maybe
care.
You don't want to talk about it. But so you were in there for 43 days, probably somewhere in Florida.
Who
else was in there with you?
I did know a couple people in there. I had an old friend in there from high school that we disconnected. Actually, and then we reconnected in jail.
There we go.
Yeah, but other than that, I didn't really know, anyone else.
No, but like, what did the other people do? Like, what? You know what
Oh,
I'm
like the
saying? The
other
other
people
people.
in jail. Most of them,
Yeah.
were in the town. There's nothing really crazy going on in my town. Crime's relatively low, the crime rate. So most of the people in there were there for small drug related or DUIs or like thefts. No one.
Okay.
Or there's also some child predators, I think, that did a sting, so there was quite a bit. I would not that I was in the cell or anything close to them. I ended up being a trustee, so some days I would have to pass the trays out and go into the unit where they kept the child predators and stuff like that, and have to pass out their trays to them. But yeah, there was quite a bit of them in there.
Did you ever do any fuck shit to their food? Like
No.
spit in it or something, bro?
No, never. There was one guy in there actually that I wasn't paying attention. I ended up dating his baby mama. Me and her had a thing for a little while.
While you were in jail or before the jail?
No, this was before we were in jail, but he,
Okay.
still has a grudge on me for whatever reason. But he was in the child predator with what they call them chomos, the child molesters. So he was in the unit where all the chomos were. But I never seen him in person, so I wasn't aware that he was in there. But apparently, I was passing out the trays, and when I came out, you let them eat, and then you have to go back in there to get the trays. But so when I came out after giving them the food, the guard wouldn't let me go back in. He was like, "Scarpa, you didn't see the way that guy was looking at you? It looked like he wanted to tear your head off." And I was like, "No, I didn't notice." I was like, "Who is it?" And he told me his name, and I was like, "Oh, well, that makes sense." I told him the situation, and he was like, "Yeah, you're not going back in there to get the trays." Well, thank you for looking out, because I've never been in, that was the first two times I was arrested, I got bailed out in like 2 hours. So that 43 days was the longest I've ever been in jail. So I didn't know the walks, I guess, of life during jail life, keep your head on a swivel and stuff. I was, I probably was the happiest person in there. To be honest, even though I was in jail, I probably was the most positive guy in there, to be honest. Probably because I knew I was getting out eventually or soon. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm not made for jail at all. I'll tell you that much. I hate it.
Yeah, bro. I myself don't need to go to jail to find out
No.
that I ain't.
I wish I would have learned my lessons in a different way, but it definitely taught me my lessons. So,
was it similar to the military?
I feel like if I was never in the military, I would have had a lot harder of a time. That is for sure, because just like in basic, it was like there was like a schedule, the certain time every day was breakfast at this time, lunch, and then dinner, and then so there was structure. So it was similar to the military in that way, to where there was structure. And there was open bay, so I was comfortable sleeping around, with other guys. Not like that, obviously, but in a pod full of other men where there's not really any privacy or whatever, and having to share a bathroom with a whole bunch of other random dudes, none of that really. Or the showers, like we never showered at the same time as anyone, thank God. But yeah, wasn't like.
Were you like skipping showers? Were you ever scared?
No, I was never scared. I definitely didn't shower every day. The first 20 days I was in normal general population. There were still 4 men's cells. And between, I think it was like 7:30 to 11 at night, you were outside of the cell, and then nighttime you'd go in the cell. And I think between like 5 and 7 every day, you had to be in the cell for shift change. They'd lock you down for like 2 hours and then let you back out. But the last 20 days, I got moved to the trustee pod worker for a jail. I was on the outside crew, so I got to leave the jail and cut grass around town. And that was a lot better that way. They actually treated you like a human and not like an inmate, really. So the last 20 days were a breeze.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, I hear a
Flagler
lot of
County is
comparisons.
they call it the Green Roof Inn in Flagler County. That's what they call the jail, and the sheriff kind of prides himself on it. They have vending machines in there. There was a TV. They had everyone had a tablet. So it wasn't really like, I don't know. It didn't really feel. It felt more kind of like a summer camp for bad kids, almost more more or less than a jail. Because I was just eating. I had so many Pop Tarts and Snickers while I was in there, and Oreos. I don't eat Snickers anymore. Like, I can't. I had Snickers like 3 times a day, every day for more than a month. So something that I don't eat anymore. I definitely don't eat ramen noodles anymore because I ate so many of those while I was in there. Yeah.
My boss
The
at
hardest thing in there
work
was
now.
getting sleep.
What? Why?
Yeah,
You just
the hardest thing in there was trying to sleep. Because they never, in general population, the light stays on in the cell all 24/7. So the lights never, they dim it down a little bit. So the light's always on in the cell. So it's hard to sleep with that fluorescent light on. And it's always cold. It's really cold in jail. It's like always 66 degrees in there. It's terrible. But when I was in the trustee pod, they actually shut the lights off. So that was the last couple days. I did get some sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, damn. And did you ever like, I don't know, I'm sure that's where a little bit of kind of resentment for the military came in, because that's what kind of pushed you into the situation.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been, the last almost 10 years, I've just been, abusing substances that I shouldn't have been doing, and just trying to numb the feeling of, being depressed and having anxiety and just feeling almost like a loser. Like, damn, I can't believe I screwed up the opportunity of a lifetime,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, dude, same shit for me. Same thing. What gets you through now? Like, what? How?
Well, marijuana definitely helps, but I ended up having but other than seeing a psychiatrist, I also saw the psychologist, and I forgot, I don't want to mention her name, but she taught me this thing called CBT, called cognitive behavioral therapy, and basically just teaches you how to process your emotions and be more like positive about things. I basically, I could be a different description, but to me, that's what I think it is. So that's basically what's got me through, and seeing that there's other things in life, and other things that I could do, and give me that same feeling that I'm looking for. So I'm starting to feel that way about construction, which is good. So
Yeah, no, that's dope. And I'm in school for psychology, and yeah, that's
okay.
like the new thing, the cognitive behavior therapy.
Yeah,
That's like the
it
new
actually really,
revelation
I
in
was
all
surprised,
psychology.
I wasn't, at first I was just like, in one ear out the other, but then when I actually started noticing that, she's not just talking crap, and, it was actually making a difference, it's like, okay, I can believe into this more.
Yeah, well, I mean, you go to a fucking psychiatrist who's just prescribing you a bunch of
Right,
shit, and now you're going to somebody.
exactly.
You're like, oh, here goes this bullshit again. Because
Right.
mine was different. I was doing psychologists. I never did a psychiatrist.
Okay.
The one lady in the army, I think she was psychologist and just asked the main doctor to prescribe
Right.
it, the army doctor. But then, then moving home and switching between therapists, that's what messed me up the most, is just constantly switching. And I'm like, bro, now I got to tell you my whole story again.
Yeah, that's a pain.
Bring it all the way. Like, it's just... It's a hassle. I wish, I don't know, maybe that's like an app idea or something, like something that makes it easier for the transition from even therapists, because that was brutal. What about big thing I struggle with is friends. Do you are you struggling with friends?
No, I have actually a great support group. I got a great amount of friends, a great family. I got a whole team basically behind me of friends and family. I've had
Did you
like the
know them
same
before
friends.
or after?
What's that?
Before, did you meet the friends before or after the military?
Both. I still talk to about 5, 6 guys in a group chat from the military, but also just lifelong friends that I've had since like preschool. That are still in town and stuff. So hang out all the time,
Okay.
see them, talk all the time.
Yeah, mine was a little
That is
different
a
because I
good
moved to
thing
Florida my senior year
yeah.
of high school, so I didn't have friends. So when I moved back here, I had no friends, and I already had like the best friends ever in the military. So
Oh
when I
yeah,
came back, I'm like, these
yeah,
guys suck, dude.
yeah. No, that I could definitely see that being hard. I have a couple buddies going through that now. They're like, "Damn, I came home and everyone going back to my hometown and everyone's gone. And I don't really have friends." So I do hear that all the time. Actually, it's like, oh, sucks. I come home to my dog every day after work and that's it. Like, I'm like, damn. I can. I feel I don't. That sucks. I am very grateful that I have a lot of people in my life that are there for me. So.
Yeah, the dogs, bro. The only sponsor that I have on the show is a guy who he sells coffee, and the profits, I think it's like 25% of the
Olive.
profits goes to getting
Okay.
dogs for veterans. Today's episode is sponsored by Honor Guard Coffee. I know what you're thinking, another coffee brand, but let me just stop you right there. This is not a regular coffee brand like Starbucks. This coffee brand was made to support veterans. With 25% of the proceeds going towards veterans, the mission of Honor Guard Coffee is simple: pair each veteran with a service dog. On top of that, each blend is named after a service animal that actually served, including their breakfast blend, Cairo, the Belgian Malinois, there on the Bin Laden raid. Think of Black Rifle Coffee Company, but with more help towards veterans, a better taste, and dogs. The only way to beat Black Rifle Coffee is with dogs, and we're here to do it. Look, I'm just a regular coffee guy. I drink the garbage that I get from Walmart, whatever it may be, and let me tell you that if you're that guy, try this and you'll never want to go back to Walmart again. I had no idea coffee could actually taste this good. Steven sent me a package, and it was phenomenal. If you want to get to know Steven, like I said, episode 57, an ex-Marine who struggled with mental health and is looking to make a change. We are also trying to look to make that same change. So we couldn't be more proud that our mission aligns so well with our first sponsor. For that, I'd like to thank Honor Guard Coffee and Steven. If you're looking to buy some Honor Guard coffee, the link will be in the description below. Now back to the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple pit bulls. Yeah, I love them.
Once I get a house, that's the plan. I'll be getting some dogs. But
Yeah.
it sucks because that seems to be the biggest, and another reason why I started the podcast, because it just finding friends on the outside is a little bit brutal. Not that I feel like I'm better than them or anything, better than like the normal everyday person, but
Right. Yeah, I have one of my puppies right here. Come here, Riley. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, that's my baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my baby. Yep. Yeah, definitely. Dogs I'm telling you, dogs definitely have made it easier for me also. Okay.
Yeah.
They can't judge you or nothing, so
Pretty great friend.
All right, they make a great friend. They're always happy to see you.
Yeah. Eventually I'll get there. I don't know when. I got to get a house first, and then
I hear you.
Get myself a dog. That's pretty brutal down here in Florida, I'm sure you know.
Yeah, no, I know. What part of Florida are you in?
I'm out near Tampa, St. Pete area.
Oh, okay. That's like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll get into RuneScape, dude.
Yeah.
What's your RuneScape story? I'm sure you started as a kid.
I've been playing RuneScape since 2006. I actually just got my 20-year veteran cape on there on RS3 on my RS3 account. I just got my
Oh,
20-year
okay.
cape. But yeah, so I was playing RuneScape. Then they came out as soon as they came out with RS3 though, I stopped playing because I hated RS3. And then when they
Yeah,
came
me
back
too.
out with old school RuneScape, is when I started playing again. So and then I took a break for a while. Then a couple months, like about a month ago, my twin brother was playing it and got me back into it now. So now I'm full fledged
Man.
back into RuneScape. I haven't even like touched my Xbox since I started playing RuneScape again. You know, my army buddies are like, "Dude, where you been?" I'm like, oh, "I'm sorry, I've been playing RuneScape."
Yeah,
You
dude.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's I got fired from the city, and I just ended up picking it back up, bro, and I had like
Okay.
a month straight of just finding out all the new stuff that's going on, all the new updates, all
Yeah, there's a
everything,
bunch,
and I'm like,
dude. There's a bunch of
"Whoa,
stuff.
dude, this game has gotten to be like a real full-fledged game." No,
Oh yeah.
when it when I was growing up, man, it wasn't like in my kid brain, it was just like a fire cape would be cool.
Right. Yeah. Now I
And
actually know how
now,
to try and get. Now I'm actually trying to get the fire cape. Like it's different. You know.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. And then I restarted playing. Like I had a huge time off
Okay.
from being a kid up until the military, bro. And then
Right.
I got into the military, and it was COVID, and we had to do 2 weeks quarantine before we flew out
Okay.
to Iraq.
Right.
And dude, for 2 weeks straight, I was just drinking and playing RuneScape. It was the best 2 weeks of my
Yeah.
life, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But now, yeah, now I got a good account, and
Nice.
I have good times. Now it's try to play just a little bit here and there, because yeah, you can get pretty
Oh yeah, you can get lost
pretty
on
wrapped
that.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely really easy to get wrapped into. That's for sure. I gotta make sure like the dishes are done and stuff. Otherwise, I'll just sit on there and wait and do them. I'll tell myself I'll do them the next day, and then it'll be like 2 days later.
Yep.
Oh
Yep. It's much harder for me with a wife to get away with
yeah,
not
man.
doing it.
I'm looking.
It's
Well,
like,
I can't. Hopefully, I'll have a wife one day. I'm hoping.
yeah, you
Yeah.
looking for kids and
Hopefully,
everything.
maybe a nice single veteran female will see this and be like, "Hey,
Hey, hey,
that'd be nice."
get this. All right, his link's below, dude.
Yeah,
Check out
dude.
his Tinder profile.
Oh no, no, I can't do Tinder. Running into too many exes on there.
That would be sweet, though. That would be a hell of a story.
Oh
My
yeah,
job here is done, dude.
nice. It would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, you want to? We don't have to, but you want to say a few words about your buddy that got us onto this podcast?
Well, I got a couple military buddies actually. I won't say. I don't want to mention their names for their family's sake, but the guys that know, and if they see this, they'll know who I'm talking about. They were great people. They know they're great people. I'll say the first name. Kenyatta was one of them, and then Todd was the second guy that passed away, unfortunately, by suicide. Um, yeah, if anyone out there is ever feeling down or whatever, please don't hesitate to reach out to anyone. Just please talk about it. Your life is a lot more important than what you may think, and you definitely mean something to somebody, at least one person out there. So, you know,
Yeah. No, same thing happened to me, bro. I was close. Called like everyone in my family. My little brother was last, and I really didn't want to, but I was like,
all
bro,
right.
whatever.
Yeah, no, I think I honestly think every veteran, regardless if they've seen combat or not, like I said, I've never seen combat, I've never been deployed, but just going through the military and just seeing things, and then finding out friends that pass away and stuff, definitely takes a toll on your mental. So I think everyone contemplates it at least once, but more people end up going through it that are veterans, unfortunately, than not. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, bro, it's a battle. battle every single day. You gotta find a reason to fight. That's
Right.
all it is.
Exactly.
So, without a reason, bro. I've fallen down that trap. I got lucky. I didn't get in trouble with the law or anything.
Right.
Luckily, I easily could have, bro. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, it's easy. It's definitely
yeah, it's definitely easy to do, but I got very fortunate not to fall down there. And
yeah.
I'm sure that honestly, yeah, congrats to you, because that would have made me fall even deeper down.
No, I just spend most of my time working or fishing. If I'm not working, I'm fishing or I'm playing RuneScape, to be honest. So
all right, well, that's actually great, because I'm trying to get into fishing. I grew up south suburbs of Chicago, so I don't know anything about saltwater or anything.
Okay.
And I don't know what I'm doing really, but I'll go to the beach over here and just fish in the beach.
Oh man.
And I don't ever catch nothing.
Yeah. You live in St. Pete. That's great fishing over there, dude. You gotta get a boat, at least a kayak, and maybe we'll plan a fishing trip. You should, if you ever come this way, you should. Honestly, I'm inviting you to my house now, so we can go fishing. So it's only about a 3-hour trip, and you stay for the weekend if you want. Even bring your wife, I don't care, and we can go fishing. So
yeah, dude, because I really like it. I enjoy it. I just have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, no,
I have an idea. I could tie my line, I could hook it all up and everything, but when it comes down to actually knowing like how to actually fish through the water,
oh yeah, I got you, man. I got you. Yeah, we'll work something out for sure.
Yeah, we could do this.
Yeah, man.
But all right, man, is there anything else you want to talk about or bring up?
No, really. I mean, just I hope everyone takes their mental health serious. It's just as important as your physical health. So, you know.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you coming on, dude. If you're planning to play RuneScape after this,
I've actually never ever even told anyone the process of why I've actually got kicked out of the army. So that felt really good to actually get that off. To be honest. So.
Yeah, hell yeah. My pleasure, dude. That's awesome.
First time exclusive.
Yeah, dude. We're about to put this bitch behind the paywall. No, thank you for sharing, dude. That's what it's all about. And each episode is only as good as the guests will allow it to be. So
Right.
It's tough getting deeper, and definitely cried on the show multiple times, but
I believe
the deeper you get, bro, I mean, people are doing the same thing. They just some people straight up don't know how to talk about it or can't talk about it, whatever it is. And to hear it, like the thing that really saved me through a lot of my stuff is my leader, Kevin. He did co-host a show for a while. He came up straight up to my face. He's like, dude, what's your problem? You think you're the first person to go through this? Like, yeah, you're getting divorced. Yeah, you're getting med boarded, whatever, bro.
Yeah.
Like, do you really think you're the first and only one to do this? And I was like, man, all right, you're right. And I started realizing I'm not alone.
Right.
And then
no, not at all.
Not
at all.
Just started letting it rip. But yeah, thanks for coming on the show, dude. I'll send you the link and everything. I'll probably process it, post it. I don't know what I'll post it, but
cool beans.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in. You got anything you want to plug or anything, dude?
I don't know. Add me on RuneScape, Pistol 386.
There we go, dude.
Yeah.
Pistol 386. All right, I'm gonna, because I'll hop on after this if you're chilling, dude.
All right, man.
All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. I don't know. I'm gonna try and do these more often. So
yeah, you should.
Yeah, if you got any buddies that want to hop on and chat, dude, we can do it 3, 4, 5 people, whatever you want. We'll hop in here and just get it going. I was even thinking, dude, we could hop on and talk during RuneScape and just let it rip, because I'm kind of dabbling. Maybe I want to do the gaming thing, maybe not. I'm not going to go all in and do these crazy productions, but I might just stream a little while I play and talk about whatever, Yeah, but all right, everybody, peace out, and we'll see you next time.